Okay, then, thanks, Sean. The anatomy, by examining racial oppression. So he wants to look at the nature of the oppression, just as one would look at gender oppression or national oppression. He says there's firmer footing for analyzing its invention and peculiar functioning, and for confronting the theory that racial oppression can be explained in terms of skin type. This is very important. Again, this is what I was trying to recall a second ago. But he considers this phenotype, this skin-based argument, as they're basically the old ace in the hole of the racists. They want to condition us to think that way. All right, coming on. So in order to deal with this, in order to look at the nature of the racial oppression, he takes a bold step. People had hinted at it before, but nobody did it with this thoroughness. I don't think that Alan did. He looks in an Irish mirror. And he basically argues that if we look closely at Irish history in Ireland, it presents a case of racial oppression without reference to skin color or phenotype. And why? Because Irish and English, the oppressor English, basically the same color. Right? Go on. His core argument is, and this is what several of the chapters in Volume 1 are devoted, because he's trying to cut the ground from the race-based analysis, so we look at the nature. Anglo-Norman rule back 1300 or so, and Protestant ascendancy from 1652 on, when it's religio-racial oppression in Ireland, and white supremacy in continental America demonstrate that racial oppression is not dependent on differences of phenotype. This is one of the arguments he makes, and he draws out in detail the parallels of the treatment of the Irish in Ireland by the British, which people familiar with African American history would recognize right away. You say, oh my God, this is so similar, right? I mean, it's striking. Specific examples of racial oppression that he talks on in the book, but the main ones he focuses on these two, but also American Indians in the 19th century he talks about, and we can talk later about why he focuses on that period.